Speaking of well-made films, we're going on to Tanner's pick this week, which was, in fact, 2020 Cuties.
Holy shit.
What the fuck, guys, dude? Why the fuck did you make us watch child porn for 2 hours?
Come on, man. Can we not have, like, a single episode where we don't immediately get demonetized? Come on, dude.
Hey, man, it's not immediate. This is coming after, like, a half hour of wholesome, Thanksgiving tier list,
Fair.
Yeah, Cuties, it's the story of a young girl named Amy. She is in a very religious, Muslim, African immigrant household, and she feels stifled by it. And she doesn't like that her dad is getting married to someone else, and so she starts revolting against her parents by becoming a whore. And then, she's going around, she, meets this crew of girls, they're quote-unquote dancers, and it's just really fucking uncomfortable. Just none of the dancing in this movie is, you don't want to see it. You don't want to look at it. You want to look away. And then, she goes to a competition, and she's dancing, and then just out of nowhere, for no reason, she's like, oh, this is wrong. And then she goes home, and she, instead of wearing her traditional garb, she just wears regular clothes, and then I guess her family is cool with it now.
Let's not forget the fact that she killed a person.
She did. She killed that one girl because she wanted to go dance so bad.
To be fair, that girl was a bitch, okay?
She was.
Yeah. And she was also
fat. You're not just saying that. Okay.
This movie is so fucking bad. Let's not even look at it from the perspective of it having the weird sexualized children dancing constantly thing. That shit is super weird and creepy and drops it a massive amount for me. But let's just look at the general plot. Fuck you, Nico. Shut the fuck up.
It's supposed to make you uncomfortable, man. What are you saying?
Listen, dude. Let's compare Cuties to Irreversible here for a second, right? So Irreversible is supposed to be the type of movie where it's trying to, show you two different sides of the coin of, sexual stuff. You have, the wholesome shit, and then you also have, the really fucked up shit. They're trying to, portray a really hard subject in a different way. This movie's kind of doing something similar, where it's trying to show, child sexualization, stuff like that, and it's trying to, maybe bring attention to it, but it's just doing it in such a bad way. With Irreversible, it was, a big part of the movie. They tried to make it uncomfortable and gross and hard to watch. Whereas Cuties, they have, these long scenes where they're just doing the thing that's supposed to make you really uncomfortable, and they do it many times throughout the movie. It's a constant. It's just fucking weird. It's a totally different tier of taking this. It's just too far. It's way too far.
It's raw is what it is, Jackson. It's fucking raw, dude.
It's so gross.
It's never framed as if it's bad. Our main character, she's loving it. She loves this shit. She is so fucking into doing this, dude.
Yeah, other than literally the very last scene, the entire movie, everyone's totally chill with what they're doing, up until, the people in the audience are what the fuck are these, 11-year-olds doing, dancing and twerking each other? It's just so weird. Prior to that, nobody really cared. If anything, they were encouraged. Super weird.
Now, Tanner, you alluded to the ending, really kind of coming out of nowhere. But personally, I feel like it's a truly inspired ending, okay? Despite the troublesome scenes that we had to witness prior to it.
The ending is so fucking bad.
Dude, it's poignant.
How so?
Tanner, did you not pick up on the fact that it was, really capturing a reality that ought not be ignored?
Well, how so?
Well, because it's a powerful statement about kids just being kids, bro.
How so?
Let me think on that one for a second. I think it's just because, it's really illuminating the constraints, the gross woman face, okay? And it's allowing us to, really help carve a path out to full gender equality.
How so?
Nico's bullshitting you. He doesn't like the ending. The ending's fucking horrible because it's literally... She goes as far as, she wants to do this thing so badly, she just breaks away from her family, kills a person, potentially. I don't think they're trying to actually say that she killed that chick, but it was fucking premeditated. She planned, she could have. She literally waited for the chick to pass by, pushed her into the fucking water, and ran away while she watched her drown. She did all this. She was so convinced she wanted to do this. She did all that, and then suddenly on the stage, she just has a panic attack, gives up, and then the movie fucking ends after that. What the fuck is that? It's so stupid. It makes no sense.
She tried to get her, fucking cousin arrested as a pedophile or some shit.
She didn't even do that, though. She just took a picture of her vagina and posted it on the internet for no fucking reason.
Well, don't forget that before that, she tried seducing him.
She did try to seduce him so that she could get the phone.
I'm glad he had the appropriate reaction, which is, what the fuck are you doing?
Honestly, if you ask me, this really feels like Mean Girls, but without the Tina Fey silliness in it.
I don't even want to talk about this movie anymore.
It's like Mean Girls if everything was wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like Mean Girls if it wasn't funny or insightful.
What are you talking about? This is the most insightful movie, Tanner. In fact, it's probably one of the most important towards progressing our feminist really mindset, you know?
What are you reading over there?
Just like all the top Rotten Tomato reviews. There are a lot of them, dude. They love this movie. Come on,
man. Those people are all confirmed pedophiles. There's no fucking way.
Yeah, even, again, I was trying to say this earlier, but even looking at this movie just from, like, a plot perspective, obviously the pacing towards the ending is really fucking bad. Generally, I think the pacing is okay for what it's trying to do. And I like the general setup of, like, the family and stuff, but they're so weirdly inconsistent. Like, the mom, one scene, fucking hates her daughter because she's a whore, and the grandma has to, like, defend her. And then the next scene, guess what? It's the grandma that fucking hates her daughter because she's a whore, and then the mom has to defend her. So weird. It's also super strange how the daughter is super empathetic of her mom's plight. Like, she's literally under the bed listening to her cry, and she's freaking out because this is, like, you know, it's a really fucked up situation. Her mom loves her husband, and she's basically... He's not leaving her, but, you know, he's getting another wife, which is kind of the same thing, certain, like, in this type of culture. Why would she not be empathetic towards her mom? She's literally just only doing this, like... The mom's the only one really getting affected by this at all, like, the whole time. Mm-hmm. It's just putting the mom through, like, constant mental turmoil, especially, like, her grandmother, too, I guess. Like, if she's trying to rebel against her family or something because of, like, her stifling culture or something, why is she doing this at the expense of her mom, who, like, clearly she has shown emotion and empathy for? It seems really weird and inconsistent and stupid.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, memes aside, this one was not very good, I would say. You know, I wouldn't say that, you know, I particularly enjoyed it very much. Our main character girl was just a fucking asshole basically the entire movie. Like... She's just, like, stealing from her mom. She's fucking stealing shit from her cousins. She's just, like, going out here, like, stabbing other kids and shit like that. Just, like, picking fights. Like, what the fuck is her deal? What's her problem?
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with Jack. I think there's a nugget of an interesting plot at the center here, which is, like, this girl growing up in, like, this immigrant, like, super conservative culture, but she's in, like, a modern, you know, Western country of France, and then she's trying to balance those two sort of identities. That's, like, an interesting story idea, but they do a bad job of actually exploring that in this.
Bad job, dude. Mm-hmm. Come on. Did you even see those scenes of the kids twerking in your face? Like, come on.
Like that one where they're doing, like, it was like a gravure photo shoot where they're, like, panning over their asses and stuff as their, like, bodies are moving through it. Dude, that had me randy.
Jesus Christ.
I saw a fucking YouTube review of this film earlier today, and the guy was just talking about how, like, yeah, you know what? It's got, like, 11-year-old girls in it who are trying to make you horny, and it succeeds.
Oh
Jesus.
Oh my god.
Why would he admit that?
I don't know.
Even if you actually decide to think it, why would you?
Basically, his entire YouTube video is just him admitting that he's a pedophile.
Self-report.
Yeah. Alright, so do you have much else to say about fucking Cuties?
No.
Okay, sweet. I'll kick us off here. I'll give it an F tier.
Okay.
I also gave it a flat F.
Dylan gave an F+.
Thankfully,
he liked a little bit more than we did.
He actually put it at F, or not F, he put it at D- originally, and then we had a little bit of a talk before the episode, because, again, he couldn't make it, but you, like, just barely, and we convinced him out of D-. Thank fucking God. Anyways, Tanner, explain why you're going to give it a D-.
Nah, I'm in between F or F+.
Oh, okay.
What I think I had irreversible at F+. I guess if you put a gun to my head, which is the only way this would happen, and said you have to rewatch either Cuties or Irreversible, I suppose I would rather watch Irreversible. So I'll put Cuties at F as well.
Irreversible makes you uncomfortable for one scene primarily, and I guess maybe at the intro, but I wasn't really uncomfortable during the intro of it. It was mostly just kind of weird.
Yeah.
Most of it's just kind of like boring. Cuties is just hard as fuck to watch the entire movie, basically. It's just so uncomfortable.
I will say, Cuties did make me laugh a decent bit. I did find it pretty hilarious.
Unhinged.
Nico's a pedophile.
That's not what you see. I'm more of like a big concept guy when it comes to like comedy and shit like that. I think that the idea that just were these three dudes sitting down on a couch together in the dark, watching girls fucking twerk in front of us.
Watching 11-year-old girls twerk.
Yeah, 11-year-old girls twerk in front of us is just fucking hilarious to me.
I agree. I think it's funny in an abstract. When we're actually sitting there actually doing that, it loses a lot of the humor for me personally.
Yeah, so that puts it at an F tier. I think that's maybe our lowest rated movie so far.
That's our lowest rated
yeah.
one. What's crazy is that like is there somehow going to be something lower than this then?
Yeah, 100%.
There has to be. I think it's funny that we have back-to-back F tier weeks. Fucking F plus last week and F tier this week.
Mm-hmm.
We're finally getting to them, dude. We're getting to the bad ones.
And it wasn't even a Patreon request.
Yeah.
Congrats, Tanner, on our first F tier movie.
What are you talking about? You did Irreversible, Jackson.
I mean, that was F plus tier.
Oh, God. Okay, never mind. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm being specific.